Let us now go to Amit Kumar for the next question. Amit, please go ahead.
Hi Prasidh bhai, how are you?
Very good, Amit. How are you?
I'm good. Prasidh bhai, my question is regarding your injury. How's your injury and how did you make a comeback? And second is that you have been tagged as a red ball specialist, but the way you have performed in this IPL, it has proved that you are a player of all format, both the red ball and white ball. What do you have to say about this? And make it possible.
Firstly, about the injury, I think the body is good. I'm feeling good. I've been able to play a lot of cricket for some time now, and I'm enjoying being on the ground. And the talk about red ball, white ball is something. The way I look at it is very different. If you're in form, if you can hit the length right, if you have good control in your bowling, I think you're good enough to play any format of the game.
And we must say that the Titans family and all your fans are enjoying seeing you on the ground. The next question will be from Niharika Raina. If you could just unmute yourself.
Yes, hi everyone. First of all, Prasidh, many congratulations for the great performances that you have been putting in this tournament so far.
Thank you.
My question to you is that the first game of IPL 25 didn't go accordingly as per what you have envisaged, but since then you have been consistently amongst the wickets and now you are the leading wicket taker of the tournament at this juncture. So what really clicked for you after that game? Like, can you explain the process behind what you did with talks and with the GD management on how did you get back into your wicket taking self?
Well, firstly, wickets are just a part of the game. I think bowling well is important. And first game, if I look at the way things went about, all of us had our plans right. We were just missing our execution by a bit. It just took us to get back into the ground, practice on our skills, get back to the basics of the game, and then come back to the ground and execute them.
Yes, and that execution was pitch perfect. You also won the Player of the Match award for that particular clash. Let us now go to Akash Biswas, who will be asking the next question.
Hi Prasidh, I'm Akash from CNN News 18. My question is you and Siraj have been bowling in tandem, and while the batting responsibilities have been very well played by the likes of Gail Sudarshan and Josh Butler of the taking owners. So how confident are you guys to making it to the playoffs this season?
Well, we're confident in each other's ability, in our own ability. So I think as long as we can do it together on a given day as a team, I think we're pretty confident about every game that we're going to play forward.
Yeah, and Prasidh, there's been one question that is there at the back of my mind. You come from Karnataka, a state which has produced so many legends, so many world-renowned players. Was there any particular player that you looked up to while growing up, someone who mentored you? Any particular story that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I always say that I'm very fortunate to be coming from Karnataka, the kind of players that have come up from there. I think even when I got into the team, likes of Vinay Kumar, Mithun were around, and I grew up watching them play. I grew up watching them go about their thing, and that kind of inspired me to take up the way they look at the preparation of the game and how they go about the game, especially when they're on the ground, the aggression and the little decisions that you make on the ground is all learned from there.
Can I put you on a spot? Who was your most favorite?
I would say Vinay Kumar, because he was a fast bowler. I really loved the way he went about so many of the things that happened during the game.
All right, I'm going to hold on to my questions now. Let's move on to Devudina Chakrabarti from India Today. And if you could just ask the question, please.
Thanks. Hi Prasidh. First of all, congratulations on the great start for you and your team. My first question to you would be about the use of saliva on the ball. The return of that system has kind of helped you in the latter end of the innings particularly. So could you delve in on it and say and give your opinion how that has actually helped your game or in IPL in general?
Yeah, I think it has played a bit of a part, because if you look at what the ball does with the saliva on it, even if it means that 1 out of the 120 balls stays in a little more, that means you get a wicket. That's an extra dot ball, and if that happens at a crucial stage when the right batsman gets out, that means you slow down the run rate of the team, you get the momentum back. So it has a chain reaction kind of a thing, and it's definitely helped us bowlers the game today.
And Prasidh, we've been seeing the way you have been preparing, whether it is in the gym or at the net session. How do you motivate yourself to work on your game a day after day when you already know that the skills that you have are already working?
I think it's the want to win. If you look at the way the team is performing, I think each other enjoying each other's performance. When you get on the ground, you make sure you challenge each other in the nets. You have a really good time. You grow off each other. All of these things are really important. And when you taste the flavor of a victory, I think it's very addictive, and you would want to go back and make sure you get that W under your belt every single time.
Absolutely, and the way Gujarat Titans is performing this season, this team has won the championship in their inaugural season back in 2022, and you guys in great scheme of things. Let us now move on to our next friend from the media. So Himank Negi, if we could request you to please ask your question.
Hi Prasidh, I hope you are doing well. So my question is that what all changes that you have done this season in your bowling which has yielded in such fruitful results, followed up by how important mentorship from Ashish Nehra has been to you, and coming just after this is the England tour. So how important was this IPL for you, because you were there in the test side before this, and now this tour is really important for the Indian side. So how do you see this?
You asked me 3 questions. What did I do differently? I didn't really do anything different. I think preparation was better. I was very clear about what I wanted to work on, made sure I put in the hours, had the right conversations with Ashish Nehra. I think one thing that I've learned from him in the few months that I've worked with him is about reading the conditions, reading the pitch, making sure you make the right decisions when you're at the top of the mark. I think all of these things help you be more confident, and when you're confident, I think you would want to play the games, as many games as possible, and make sure you contribute for your team's victory.
And that confidence is translating incredibly well in your performances. Our next friend from our media who's going to be asking the question is Amrita. Amrita, please go ahead.
Hi Prasidh, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Prasidh, Gujarat Titans have been constantly strong since their debut, and looking at IPL 2025, there are lots of expectations from the team once again. How confident are you about GT's chance of making into the playoff this season, and what do you think will be key for another title winning run?
Yeah, I think performing in every single game as a team is really important, and that is exactly what we're looking to do. And no matter how many victories you have under your belt, this is a tournament where the momentum can change with any one game. So we are still head down, very humble, and making sure we work hard and try and get through the games as well prepared as possible.
Well, your bowling performances have been clinical. We've all been enjoying it, but there have been moments of brilliance on the field, Prasidh, that have been totally astonishing. And we are talking about that catch that you took off Ramandeep. We're going to ask you a little more about that, but before that, we would like to show our viewers that magical catch.
Would you believe it? Would you believe it? As calm as you like, Prasidh Krishna has just pocketed that and moved on.
Prasidh, did you believe it when you took it? Because you are 6'3", and the kind of time that you would have gotten to get that catch was just negligible. Your reflexes, they're outstanding. What was going on in your mind? Did you get any time to actually think about it?
Well, I'm so used to throwing the ball back at the batsmen when they hit back at me, and that was a catch straight forward back to me. I actually wanted to throw it back, but then I realized I couldn't be doing that. Umpires are keeping an eye on me already, so I just had to roll the ball down and walk back to my mark.
Oh, we're so happy that we got to hear the entire story from the horse's mouth himself, because all of us as spectators were just wondering, how did you manage that? That was absolutely incredible. I'm sure you're going to remember this catch and this moment.
Absolutely. I think the fielding coaches here have put in their work. We have put in our hours as well. So I think it's shown on the ground.
On that note, in this season, you are leading the Purple Cap leaderboard. You've scalped 16 wickets from 8 matches. Which has been your most memorable wicket so far?
That's
because there are many more to come.
I would say KL Rahul's wicket was my favorite because I was kind of under the pressure. The ball was going all over the place and I had to nail that ball there, and lucky that the ball swung very late and got somebody like KL Rahul, and that wicket was really important to break the momentum that they had. So I would say KL's wicket is my favorite so far.
And KL has been in phenomenal form this season, and I'm sure that that was pretty much a turning point in the game as well. We now have Auritra who would like to ask a question. Please go ahead.
Hi Prasidh, this is Auritra. Being a purple cap holder, congratulations for that. Does this inspire you or put additional pressure on you to perform well?
Absolutely not. Like I said, wickets is just a part of the process that all of us are going through. If not me, somebody else in our team would have it. Or I think what's most important for me is for us to continue the winning momentum and make sure we do well every single time we come on the ground.
All right, we have somebody from your home team's hometown. So let's get Kushal Govalkar onto the screen. Yes, please go ahead. From Ahmedabad, Kushal Govalkar.
Yeah, so my question is, Prasidh has played for so many teams, KKR and RR in the past season. So how does the atmosphere differ team from team, and how is the atmosphere of GT different from those two teams?
Honestly, the other two teams that I've been a part of as well had really good atmosphere. I've enjoyed every single team that I played for. Yeah, I think, and if you talk about GT, I think all of us have gelled in so well. We kind of knew each other even before we got into the team here, and the kind of hard work that goes in at practice just makes sure everybody gets in a little more closer, and the victories are sweeter. The more time we spend together, the better it is. But thoroughly enjoying the time with the GT right now.
Next question is from Gomesh.
I was asking your thoughts about in terms of how the conditions have been, as we are seeing a lot of fast bowlers do well this season, and totals also not as high as it was last season. How significant is it, and how do you look at it? How pleasing is it to see bowlers getting help from conditions throughout the season? Your thoughts on that?
So basically, how do you adapt your
bowlers
different, bowling strategies as per the different ground conditions?
Yeah, bowlers have put in a lot of work. I agree. Last season they were pretty high totals compared to a normal IPL season, but I think everybody goes back, does their work. Everybody has their way of preparing for a tournament, and everybody's done a good job. Like, I'm very happy that the bowlers are slightly on the upper hand. The totals haven't been that high, but we're just halfway there. You never know what's going to happen in the next half of the tournament. But definitely credit goes to everybody that's made sure the bowlers are really in the picture.
In fact, Prasidh, the way the bowlers have fought back this season, because up until the last season of the IPL, we saw so many high-scoring matches. Not like they've not been happening this season, but the bowlers have really put up a fight. There have been so many last-over finishes, and the bowlers have, come in and they've really turned the game around despite the impact player rule. So, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I think it's very good that we've learnt of one bad season and we didn't really take too much time. Bowlers have really worked on the execution. The plans have been very clear. Every single time you watch somebody go through their over, or any bowling side go through their whole strategy, I think it's pretty evident that they know what they're doing. And yeah, they've learned of a bad season and making sure everybody's turning up this year.
Well, the bowlers are definitely having a good time. On that note, let's now go to Vishesh Roy, who's ready with this question.
Just wanted to ask you, considering the assignments India have after this IPL, so from that perspective, how important are these matches for you?
Well, every game is important for me. I think for anybody for that matter, what is right next to them is more important than what's coming after. So I'm currently looking at what best I can do for the Gujarat Titans and take everything that comes after later.
And Prasidh, you guys are pretty much knocking on the playoffs door, and you're right there. So what is the plan to make it to the top two?
I think still continue enjoying the kind of cricket that we've been playing, take responsibility, make real good decisions while on the ground, and keep working harder. I think that's been the motto, and we'll keep that going all through the season.
Prasidh, we have some questions from the Kannada team, so we'll be asking you those questions, but we request you to please answer it in your native language, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So Prasidh, you've had the good fortune of playing under different captains, different coaches. What have been your major takeaways, and how has that helped you prosper as a bowler?
Do you want to answer this in Kannada?
That's right, please.
I think ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಡೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಬೌಲರ್ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ಮಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮಿಡ್ ಆನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಆ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಏನು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದ ಮೋರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ದ ಬೆಟರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Prasidh, the different pitches that you guys play on all around the country, how do you hone, your skills? What is your strategy? You've just answered this question a while ago, but if you could just answer this in Kannada for us, please.
Yeah, I think different types of pitches ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಆಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ, ರಂಜಿ ಟ್ರೋಫಿ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಆಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ 50 to 100 ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಆಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಆಲ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪಿಚ್ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇದ್ರು ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವೇ ಬೌಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದುವರೆಗೂ 100% ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಸ್, ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಪಿಚ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾವು ಏನು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಬೋದು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು.
Thank you very much, Prasidh, for answering that. One final question coming up. May we request Mr. Subramaniam, please go ahead. Subramaniam sir, if you could please unmute yourself.
Hello? Hello?
Yes sir, you're audible.
Yeah, what is the big change you see yourself as a bowler compared to the previous season, like? And whom do you credit for that?
Well, I think I'm slightly older, slightly matured, have had better experiences in life, and a little more clear about what I want to get out of every practice session, every game that I want to play. I think it's the clarity that I have in the decision that I want to make at the top of the mark, and the credit goes to everybody that's worked around, even the people that are around me, that has helped me think the right way. So everything's fallen in place together.
And Prasidh, you were not able to play the last two editions of the IPL because of the injury. How difficult was it for you to make this comeback? Because the way you've performed, you've just put that setback right behind you, and here we see Prasidh Krishna in all his glory.
Well, it was very hard to be sitting at home and watching everybody play and not being able to take part in the last couple of years. But I think coming in, the one thing that I told myself is there are two things that can happen. One, yes, Prasidh didn't play the last 2 years and he's playing this year, there's no difference, or he's actually come back as a different bowler, able to create a lot more impact and has a lot of control. So one of these two things had to happen, and I'm glad the better one's happening right now.
And had you thought that up until this stage you would be leading the Purple Cap leaderboard?
Absolutely not. One thing that I was confident about was that I would be bowling well, and yeah, it's good to have the wickets and the victories right next to our name.
Well, Prasidh, it's been such a pleasure to have you here with us on JioHotstar Press Room. But before we let you go, one message for all your GD fans out there.
I think we are loving your support. It really means a lot to us. Every single time we come onto the ground, every single face that we see shouting for us, it's really great. Make sure you keep supporting us, and we give you more reasons for you to support us.
And your cheer is Avade for Gujarat Titans. For everything they say Avade. So how about to that coveted trophy out there? Would you like to just say to the camera, Avade?
Gujarat Titans, come Avade.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Prasidh, for joining us today. And I'm sure all our friends from the media have also enjoyed this session. And once again, on behalf of everybody here at JioHotstar, Prasidh, thank you very much for your valuable time. And we can't wait to see you back on the field. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you so much.